And we're back here again. Next episode. Welcome everybody to The Spice Must Roll. Now, The Spice Must Roll is a ongoing series of tabletop RPG campaigns that are all set in science fiction universes. And this season is season 4 of The Expanse, which is using the official Expanse tabletop RPG game by Green Ronin Studios. So check that out if you're interested in this. It's using the old age system, which is a cool kind of modification to very similar to games like Dungeons and Dragons, but uses D6s and such. So before we get started and introducing everybody, let's just general mood. How y'all doing in general? Good?
Doing great. I've got a little bit of a bellyache, but I'm excited to play.
Excellent.
We'll heal you of all of your
Thank
woes.
you. That's why I'm here.
Play.
Power of roleplay. Now, I will say before we get started that HP is not going to be joining us right away. He might be here in a bit. He plays Cass, who is a Earther who used to work for the UN and has now kind of made himself the executive officer aboard the Actium. So let's get started with he kind of just took the role over, you know.
Yeah, he did. I love it.
And then we've got Dr. Drones. Who are you? Where can they find you? And who do you play here on the Actium?
Well, let's see. First off, I'll start with I'm Dr. Drones, 43-month subscriber to the Astropub.
Hey, thank you.
Recently. Just want to put that out there. You can find me on twitch.tv/Dr. Drones or YouTube, same name, Twitter, Dr. Drones channel. But here on the Actium, I play Mark Finch, the pilot, medic, and trying to keep all these fools alive.
And Martian, right? Former Martian transport pilot or medevac pilot, right? All right.
Absolutely.
Then we've got Mr. Mythmatic. Myth, who are you? Where can they find you? And who do you play here on the Actium?
Hi, everybody. I'm Mythmatic. I do a lot of RP stuff and storytelling and immersive cinematic content over on my channel and anywhere on the internet with the handle of Mythmatic. You can find me anywhere on the internet with the handle Mythmatic. I am playing, who am I playing? I'm playing Werner Highland, who's a belter and a bit of a survivor, as well as an old crotchety belter who just wants to make some coin and doesn't really care how he gets it done. He goes from ship to ship, crew to crew, as long as they're paying. And sometimes he grows loyal to them, sometimes he just moves on. And that's it.
Yeah. Buster the Destroyer. Who are you? What do you? Where can they find you? And who do you play here on the Actium?
Well, hi, my name is Buster, and I am a 30-month subscriber to the Astropub.
Thank you.
And you can find me here on Twitch, twitch.tv/Buster the Destroyer. I play Star Citizen a lot. I mostly just play Star Citizen and yell about Star Trek and other pop cultural things. And it's easy to stream snipe me because I always tell my viewers, just get me talking about Star Trek and you'll catch up with me in about 20 minutes, I'm sure. That's how you stream snipe me. But anyway, but yeah, I do that, and I play Sloane here on this game, and she is the captain of the Actium. She now has blue hair for a while. She's a wig fan, you know. She likes wigs. So here we are, and I lead this crew of this little motley crew. So, you know, welcome to the jungle. Whatever.
A family of one of 3 captains from Mars too. That's the best part about it, as we've discovered.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, like her 2 brothers are all like, one's a captain for the Mars military, and the other's like a pirate.
Yeah.
So yeah, 3 captains with the parents who are scientists who are probably like, oh, you all had to just go be captains.
You all had to go out and adventure. You couldn't just stay in the lab.
And out of that lab.
And for those of you who haven't seen him, because he wasn't here last episode, but you've probably seen him if you watched all of the rest of these, Mr. Meyer. Meyer, who are you? Where can they find you? And who do you play here on the Actium?
My name is Meyer. I'm a voice actor and streamer on Twitch TV. You can find me at twitch.tv/Meyer or on twitter.com/Meyer_test. Here on the Spice Must Roll for the Actium, I play. I have to find the voice. I don't know where the voice is gone. I have no idea. But his name is Jata. Jata Khan. We'll get there, yeah. And for the belt, yeah. Okay, so I am Jata Khan, and
you are.
I am a technician for the Outer Planet Alliance and a belter. I do belt stuff like belting and hacking and hating inners and belting and belt stuff.
Drones, like drone time.
I like drones. Yes, drones. I like drones. Me like. Oh, it's gonna take a while to get into this guy again. A while. But yeah, looking forward to it.
Awesome. All right. So, quick recap before we get started, and then we'll do the intro and everything. Last time we left the crew, they had been cut off from their main source of income. They're still trying to find Sebastian Pope, who's the ringleader of this whole endeavor to try to steal the proto-molecule when Benji betrayed them and all these sorts of things. And so they've been stuck on Tycho Station trying to get money and following up leads. We started off with a mysterious message that was sent to Mark that they've been trying to decipher while also trying to get money so that they don't starve to death. They're trying to find jobs and such. So with that being said, let's get started with the introduction with our little intro piece. I guess we would call it like cinematic, the opening cinematic, and then we'll be right back. All right. So we open up with Jata. You've been in your room for a long period of time because you've been getting some strange messages. Before that you had docked at Tycho, you got a message from a prospective client who has been identifying himself as Zeus.
Okay, and that's all I have. Where is this information from?
He is offering to give you. It's hard to. You haven't been able to backtrace it yet. He's been covering his tracks pretty well, but he's been offering you information on Sebastian Pope in exchange for you sending him some information of his own. And he also knows you have the proto-molecule.
Oh yeah. What information does he want?
He wants you to basically nothing big, just send updates on what's going on with the Actium. Everything that happens on the Actium, he wants to know.
Not so easy. I don't know who this person is, and it's my safety here on the line as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, no dice.
He also has said that if you don't do it, he will find you. And he's like every so often if you've been ignoring his calls, he's been sending you images of where the Actium is.
Mm-hmm.
Like docking camera footage of where it's been docked, or footages from passing ships, or other kind of things, and like showing you charts, basically saying, I know where you are.
Okay, well, we're not hiding.
No.
We're not in hiding. So I need a better offer, because that's just a child's trick then.
He's also been offering you money. A lot of money.
Okay. How much money is a lot of money?
Double your current income?
I need to know who Zeus is. I'm not.
Okay.
So if they're not off the belt, I don't care.
Okay, give me a. You want to try to like backtrace them?
Sure.
Okay. So this is going to take some time, so we'll kind of this is what's been happening while the rest of the crew has been out trying to find stuff, which is why Button Chataz, you've been busy. When people are like, "Hey, can you look at this?" and you'll be like, "No, I'm busy. Go away." Let's see. Take a look. Could you give me a intelligence cryptography check?
Okay. TN.
TN would be 15. And you have 6 stun points.
Okay. 21. And I have 6 stun points, so
you can do infiltration stunts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you have the quick reference.
I do. 1 sec. All right, so I think I'm going to first of all do... Is there one called Without a Trace, or it wasn't me?
It wasn't you, I think, yeah. It wasn't me. It's 4 stun points.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll do that.
Okay.
And then put the rest into the churn.
Okay. I'm trying to remember the churn rules here, because I think it's a certain number. You spend a certain number, you lose the get the churn added up. Double check.
I'm just double checking the reference sheet. I'm not sure if I can find it.
Where's HP?
Yeah, he knows all of these things.
I found them. Okay. So infiltration, yes? All right,
yes,
so it wasn't me. So I leave evidence. Another character is responsible for the results. Okay, cover your tracks. Okay, so I want to use cover my tracks. So whether I'm hacking a network or evading cops, I'm going to impose a -2 on all future rolls to follow the trail. So if they want to find out if I was able to trace them, they would have a -2 to that.
Okay.
And then I want to maybe I will use 2, the last 2 in just a shadow. So gain 2 stun, gain a +1 per stun point for the next test during this encounter, as long as I'm unnoticed.
Okay. So yeah, you were able to hack in. What was that first one you did? You said.
So the first one is cover my tracks. So they have a -2 to.
Try to double check you. Okay. All right. So you're able to get into you're able to backtrace essentially where it's coming from. You know the system, but it's not telling you where it is. You're able to find where it came from, but you're not able to like pinpoint. It's like masking it's where it is.
Right.
But you're in the system at this point, and what you do know is that it's not on Earth or Mars. It's definitely coming from space, possibly a space station, possibly a ship. It's hard to tell.
Okay. Still not good enough evidence for me.
Okay. Go ahead. What do you want to do?
Nothing. I'm just going to say that I don't trust the source.
You want to continue to investigate or no?
Yes.
Okay. Give me another. Give me another cryptography check.
Same TN?
TN 18.
Okay. A 21, and I have a +3, so it's 24. Because I used my last 3 stun points.
Wait, you didn't have stun points there. I was looking at the wrong one. It's okay.
Oh, well, in that case, I have 21.
Yeah, but you have stun points here for this one. You have two stun points. So,
okay. So
I figured you'd probably use one of those for that one. Well, not cover your tracks because you said it was just a shadow, right?
Mm-hmm. So instead, I'm going to use those 2 stun points I just had now, and I'm going to be putting them into that infiltration I wanted to do a second ago. I want to have just a shadow. So the next time I do anything regarding this, I have a +2 to the result.
Okay, that sounds fine. All right. So you're able to find out that it's a ship that is somewhere in Jupiter's orbit, but you're having a hard time. You're finding manifests, but the manifests that you're able to find in some of the ship that you're able to the places you're able to access are anywhere between, it's like crew manifests and cargo manifests, and it's confusing. Because you're seeing definite evidence that there are Martian equipment on board. A lot of the programs you're getting into are standard Martian programs, military programs. But there are also references to OPA agents. There's references to specifically Marco Inaros and his cast of the OPA, which at this point is still very a small kind of group, extreme group, but still small. So it's definitely a combination of the two. So it's hard to tell if it's like Martian Navy that is working with Inaros or if it's Inaros with Martian Navy tech.
Okay. In that case, with what I have as Jata, I'm going to reply with a standard OPA kind of thing, like a slogan. And I'm going to cut comms for now. I'll leave them on red if they want to send more messages, but I'm not replying.
Okay. All right. With that, let's get back to where we left Sloan and Mark. You were heading back to the ship, correct? Oh, Sloan's still here.
Yes.
And you all got information about Cortez and everything like that. What were your plans after that? After the whole thing? Just going back to the ship?
I'm not taking the coin out of my pocket until I get back to the ship. So that's kind of the next step, is to inspect that coin.
Okay. Give me a Give me see what you have. An intelligence check. Difficulty 12.
Okay. And difficulty 12. 15.
Okay. So you're able to tell that it's from the ship that was, I think it was called the Achilles. It was destroyed.
No. It wasn't the Achilles. I know that. Hold on, I'll tell you the name.
Oh no, it was from Tharsis, the ship, the Tharsis.
Yes, Tharsis.
Yeah,
yes.
which is a Martian gunboat. Based off of the side, it has a picture of the ship engraved into it and everything. It's a newer one, similar to like the Rocinante. And it is specifically the coin itself is for a mission that took place somewhere in Jupiter, around the same time as the IO campaign.
Can I look up any records of more specifically where that mission was?
Yeah, it was a joint UN Martian mission to deal with basically what they label as a terrorist attack that was not OPA funded. It was the reason. It's the reason why. What are they called? The rivals of Pope. I'm trying to think of Mao Mercantile. That's why it's the big thing about Mao Mercantile and the proto-molecule. Like that was the thing that busted it wide open with like the fight between Mao Mercantile and the joint UN Martian fleet that was attacking it.
Okay, so now I want to look up how far out of our way from wherever we're supposed to be going next that would be.
Well, you haven't been told, because you haven't been told about the job that was for that Highland and Cass got yet, so it's hard to tell. But you do remember that Tharsis was mentioned in the message that was sent to you.
Yep.
So
I do remember that. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know until I find out where we're going.
okay. Let's cut back to Sloan. What are you doing right now? I mean, you're heading back to the ship, right?
Yeah, I thought, me and Mark had headed back to the ship at the end of the episode, and yeah, so that's where, I mean, I imagine we're there by now, or...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Freaking
Yeah, your camera's off.
I realized,
like-
like Jata was sitting there going for a while, and I'm just sitting there like, da-da-da-da-da, and I'm like, oh man, I forgot to turn the camera off. I felt so rude. I'm sorry, everybody. But yeah.
Okay.
Mark's staring at you like, where to, Cap?
Yeah. So we had the investigation where we were figuring things out. So we were sort of regrouping back at the ship, kind of to figure out what everybody else had going on. I'm sorry, I'm just sort of refreshing my mind as the specifics toward the end of the episode.
Yeah,
we had the candy shop, and I remember all that. I'm just trying to remember exactly like why we were going back, other than just to regroup and kind of meet up with everybody and see what their deal was.
I think that was the key, because the only thing you were going to talk about was because you got the kid a job at the candy shop.
Oh yeah. So when we get back, like I'll just immediately like contact that guy, and I'll say, here's a lead on a good one for your son, and I forward him all that info, because I don't have like necessarily the kid's info, and so I'm basically like telling the dad, like, hey, I think I have a really good lead. How do you want me to do you want me to come and talk to him myself, or do you want to give him this information, is basically what she's asking.
Okay. When you both arrive at the ship, you see Highland and Cass are still kind of dealing with the problems down below. You see some very panicked kid in a spacesuit run by you with an obvious rip in his spacesuit, trying to running away, but from the ship. Yeah. And when you arrive, both Highland and Cass are in the cargo. You can hear them talking in the cargo bay and kind of investigating. You hear Cass laughing.
Okay.
And I look over at Sloan and I'm like, do you think they picked somebody up at the brothel and he just escaped, or the hell is that?
She just kind of shrugs. You never know with them. And so she's like, whatever. This kid's clearly like running away and he's scared in her mind. So she's like, I'm not going to bother him. For all I know, they're the ones who ripped the hole in his spacesuit.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So you want to go contact
them? Wink, wink.
So you're just going to want to straight contact the.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of was like, we're walking in, like I'm like, I keep saying Moby Glass. She got her pad out and she's just like plop, tap, 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 real quick as they're like just kind of walking in.
Okay. So you get a message back. You basically give them the details about like
Yeah.
about
I'll
what's
give them all the
thing.
full detail. I just say I have a good lead, and I think it's a really great lead, but I need to know how this wants to proceed. Do you want me to talk to your kid, or do you want to talk to him? She's not going to just give it until he confirms.
He messages back and says, "I'll send him to you, and you can deal with him. I'm done dealing with him."
She just, just kind of says 10-4, and she just sort of puts it back in her pocket. So she's just like, okay, so some kid's going to show up, whether it's like today, tomorrow, like at some point in the next X amount of time, he will show up and look for her. So she knows to expect that now.
All right, Highland. We can cut to you for real quickly.
Very well.
Cass is going to retire to his quarters for a moment and say, I'm gonna try to talk with Mr. F about this whole situation. So he leaves you down with the cargo bay. So what was your plan for this? Because last time we left, you found the tracker, and you destroyed it,
and the
right?
pork.
Yeah, and the pork.
I don't think we destroyed it. I don't think I destroyed it. I think I went, this is for Jata.
Yeah.
And I think I left it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, so if he's going off, I think Highland is probably going to keep searching the ship. I don't think he...
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure. He's going to probably check around the ship and wait for more people to come in so he can catch up with them.
Okay.
Probably in the ship. But he's
Okay.
probably going to make his way over to Jata's room when he hears about the bug. That's actually probably what he'll do.
Okay. Do you want to search first, or do you want to go straight to Jata?
I will go straight to Jata.
Okay.
As
So
soon as I find it.
So you have the bug. You go into Jata's room. The door's closed.
Tung tung.
What do you want?
It's me, Baratna.
What do you want?
There is a bug on the ship.
I'm busy.
I mean, there's...
The door opens. A bug.
Yes.
Come in. I grab him by his shoulder, pull him in, and shut the door. What bug?
We found a bug. There was a person who came in here earlier and had brought some sort of package or something full of pork, and then we were able to scare him off. The only thing is, he didn't give us much information. It seems as if he's some sort of baby belter who is looking for money, which is fine, but it's not what.
So the pork is bugged. Tapeworm or what?
No. We were going to make a. We went and we took out the pork, right? And then we were like, there must be something else in here because, of course, I don't trust it. But it was weird because Cass, when he saw it, he went, I know what this is very well, and then sent the boy off as if it was some sort of not a big deal. And then I knew there was something up. So then I started to peruse the ship and scan around a bit, and I was able to find, well, some sort of tracking device or something.
Give it.
I don't have it. It's on the track. I don't know how to. I don't want to do it.
What?
Or whatever. I could show it to you. Come here.
Before you do, we are being tracked.
That makes sense because I found it. I found the device.
Okay. All right. Lead the way, Pampa.
All right. So it's this way. I'm just act natural because
And as the door opens, I think there's like a definite change in my physicality as I'm like,
all right.
So he tries to just be like overact a dramatic casual walk to the.
Okay, I close my door. I turn off the lights. I lock it. I get a padlock, another padlock, and I then jimmy a shoehorn into the door, and I go.
Okay, give me deception check, Highland and
Deception. Okay.
And Jata, or a communication check if you don't have deception, Jata.
Etienne.
TN 12.
13.
And 12, exactly. So plus stunt
Makes
points.
it, breaks it.
So Highland, do you want to use any stunt points? Because you're trying to be like super casual. So do you want to?
What am I infiltrating?
You can use infiltrating. You can also use investigation or general social stunts. General social stunts would work too, or attitude stunts. So
Sorry, I turned into Tim Allen there. I think I am going to do. I lost it.
Infiltration.
I think I want to. Could I cover the tracks?
Mhm.
Whether I'm hacking into a network, evading the cops, or infiltrating a military base, to impose a -2 on all future rolls to follow our trail.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use the 1 to make it a perception test. Same TN as I just made to learn a little bit more about, I guess this
Oh, yeah.
situation.
Yeah, give me another perception check.
All right, very well. I will do it. Another check, but this one's
Perception.
Mhm.
Could I use hearing or seeing?
Yeah, you
Does
can
that
see.
matter?
I will see. 16.
Yeah, you're good. So the you just made you're basically to learn the most likely immediate consequences of the action you just performed. So you're trying to be sneaky. The most immediate reaction thing is at this point you're just kind of seeing if anyone notices. No one's looking at you. Like you're both very casual. So
Good.
so no one knows what you two are up to at all.
Then I make my way over towards the general vicinity, and then maybe with like a silent belt a hand motion, I am able to point to it.
Okay.
I walk the other way. I peer back and look.
I look around, and what am I looking at?
You see a like a pipe almost. It's like small pipe. It's metal. It seems to be like sealed.
Okay. I want to use my hand terminal to see if there are any, signals coming off it, and I want to find out what it is. And perhaps once I do, then I want to see if I can deactivate it, or maybe perhaps make it do something else.
Sure. Give me a intelligence check for technology.
Okay. And intelligence technology is coming this way once I find it. Technology.
TN10. So.
Okay. 23.
Yeah, I figured. You pull it up and you immediately notice that it's sending out signals. It's not receiving signals, but it's sending signals.
What kind of signal?
Am
I free to talk?
It's just a.
Is it going to record? Is it video? Or
I don't know. I'm going to look to see if there are cameras or if there. What is it picking up? Is it picking up ship diagnostics? Is it picking up sound and video? Are there cameras on it?
There's no cameras on it. There is.
Sign that to you actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because Belter sign. Yeah.
I'll Belta sign it to you
yeah.
rather than actually say it out.
You're able to tell that it has a camera on, not a camera, a microphone on it, and it seems to have its own sort of sensor, not necessarily like sensor, but it's able to detect what it's like in its immediate vicinity. Like it seems to be, it's the kind of like data collection that's just very passive. It's like what systems are it near. It's not like hacking into systems or anything like that, but it can be like there is a generator nearby that's powering, like an EM and like IR signatures of the area, various regions.
Okay, so it tracks signatures and sound.
And sending it out. It's sending
the
information out.
Sending out sound and signatures.
Yes.
Okay, so I know it has a microphone, so I'm not saying anything. I think slight retcon, I wouldn't be shouting about it.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And okay.
we can build a signal, which is great.
Mm-hmm. I
You have an OPA dialect, though.
I motion for Highland to follow me to the nearest room that doesn't have a microphone.
And
I
stroll
say,
over.
"Mm,
We're still overreacting, like as if there is a camera on me, because I don't know that information.
Yeah.
there's no camera.
Oh, okay.
There's a microphone. And it's picking up everything from the ship. Someone has been contacting me by the name of Zeus, I believe. But we don't know which where it's from. It might be OPA, it might be something else, I have no idea. But we're in direct contact with Mr. Johnson, so it makes no sense for them to be doing this to us. Okay. I have an idea.
What is it?
We need to find out if we can take off this sensor and put it on a probe and go somewhere else, or put it on somebody else's ship the next time we dock. What do you think?
Well, surprise, we are in Tycho. We've been here for a couple of days.
Oh,
so
shit.
we could... No, it's all right. You haven't left the house. You haven't left your room for a while. But we are here at Tycho. If you want, we can... it's got a little bit of a funk in here. You should definitely maybe think about keeping the door open for a bit. But as well as we can maybe... we could find a place to stick it.
Okay.
Pop it onto another ship, maybe. Or maybe we could... Well... There is also... Cass was saying that we leave it, and then we wait for them to show up.
He knows.
Yes.
Okay, well, we're being followed by these people. This is theirs.
Right, it must be, yes. I think Cass wants them to arrive, and then we take them out when they show up.
You also know that it's pretty standard. It's a standard kind of thing. It's a super standard tracker. Because you didn't investigate it fully, but
An Amazon knockoff.
Yeah, and Highland, you know, you saw the Pope Sanchez like sticker on it, so it was it at least has a Pope Sanchez sticker on it, which is the company that you're supposed to find in the first place. You're trying to find Sebastian Pope and
right,
end him. So
right,
okay, I think. If he wants it on, he can have it on. It's his ship. I don't care. However, we can maybe find out how it's sending the signals and trace it, because it looks very simple. And unless it's a super tight beam, then how? Then it must mean that everybody can see this. No, I need to.
It's pretty easy for anyone to track it, based off of your experience. Like anyone who knows the right frequencies would be able to get into it, and basic cryptography wouldn't be too difficult.
Right. So it's so basic, it seems that we might not be able to trace to see who it's going to. But I could maybe GM, by looking at the device, can I guess the range, the maximum range at which it's, I guess, doing its thing?
Pretty close. You'd have to be within kilometers. Like you wouldn't be able to track this through space. This is something you'd put on like in like someone's house or on like a short range shuttle to track it. It's not something you use for long distance interplanetary travel. You'd have to be the captain know about this?
About what? The captain know.
Yeah, does Bossman know about? Okay.
No. We just figured. We just did just now. Really, I figured out that we had it, and we came over, and Cass went to go retire for a moment to think about it, and I went to combine you. So I haven't seen them since.
Okay.
They're out doing something else.
I have been contacted by these people.
Right.
And they want information about the ship. But I don't know if
the ship. Right.
The Actium. I don't know if they are Belta or if they are Inner. If they're Inner, then they can go fuck themselves, yes? If they are Belta, well, I mean...
We listen.
They can go fuck themselves, right? Because we are with Mr. Johnson, yes?
Right, but we could still listen and see.
Should we tell them?
Or they could fuck themselves.
I mean, it depends. We don't know who they are.
Right.
Better the enemy you know. Should we tell the captain?
Yes.
Okay. So we go upstairs to where they are.
Yeah, you can do that. Okay, so you, Sloan, you're just finishing up like your conversations when you see Highland and Jata approach you.
Osman.
Yes.
There's a tracer on the ship.
A what?
There's a tracer on the ship. A tracker.
How long has it been there, and where was it?
I don't know. Downstairs.
Downstairs, maybe an hour or two. Maybe not
Who
even
put
that
it there?
long. Some courier, we would expect. Some courier in a suit, a cheap suit, and delivered some sort of a shipment of pork. And Cass laughed at the pork and then left it go. And then now there's a tracker on the ship. And Cass said to leave it, because then they'll show up here. And then we can deal with it.
Who sent the pork?
But it's like my Mister. There's a Pope sticker on the tracer, so I would only assume it was the same.
The receipt itself said it was Anderson Johnson or whatever Anderson.
But he's saying that the sticker said Pope.
Yeah, on the tracker it says Pope.
Oh.
It's a Pope, a brand or whatever. Or if I say it's just it. And then there was also and then the receipt was, I don't know, I don't remember. Cass took the receipt, and laughed and signed for it or something. And then he went, I'm going to go to the bathroom or whatever. I'm going to retire. And then he did, and I don't know what. So I don't feel safe if there's a tracker on the ship unless we have a plan around it.
It's only short range. So once we leave the station, then it's not doing anything. We can eject it once we leave, or we can put it on somebody else's ship, or put it on a tracker, or put it on a. Do we have those in this universe? On a probe?
We could, well, it's a drone. Well, we could. The thing is, did you? What kind of readings is it sending?
Just ship and audio from downstairs.
Just ship readings, like general ship
diagnostics. How cold is the toilet?
So if we would solve it, so does that mean we have to maybe find a ship that is like this one that would represent the same signatures, or we would have to spoof it somehow and then stick it on there, or does it matter at all? I don't know how this is going to work.
We are being tracked by somebody. We don't know who. We can spoof somehow. I can try. What do you want to do, Captain?
Right, and I shift.
I think
focus towards Captain.
I think spoofing is a good idea. Maybe we can find out who's tracking us based on that. If we maybe give it the wrong coordinates, maybe it's one of those situations where it thinks we're here, but we're actually over here within the range that we can see who it is.
Here's the thing. We are in Tycho Station now. If we leave Tycho, then we have to tell the control where we're going. So they already know exactly where we are and where we'll be going. So anything we do will have to be done when we leave, unless we move the probe to another ship.
All right. Let me think on this, and y'all think on it too. But I think for now, spoofing it after we eventually get on our way again, will be the best thing to do.
For now, I can spoof diagnostics, but it might come as a surprise to them if, when we take off, it's not showing takeoff information.
I have an idea.
You have an idea?
Well, yes. The best way we could probably get rid of this spoofing, if we want to get rid of it, I would think it would be quite a risky maneuver, but we would need to meet up with someone out there, and then off station, and then swap it onto the ship mid traversing between station to station. It would likely be high signatures would being read at a station. But if there's only one ship in proximity, or maybe one or two, then it would probably be a little bit easier for us to mask spoofing it onto another. This is not my first time doing this, and I think the best way to do it would not be at the station.
I agree. Okay. I
That's an
looked. Mm.
You do remember, Highland, that you have a job from that which no one but you and Cass know about, to find that wreck out in space that
Right.
was and recover stuff. So
Also, if we're going out anyway, because there is I just had an epiphany. I remember that there was a job that Cass and I, when we left earlier, that there is a salvage team or a salvage job we can pick up. It could be a good excuse to get off planet or off station.
Hmm.
We could also move this box onto the wreck, no? And then just blow up the wreck even more.
Yes, but if this is taking signatures, we would have to try to spoof and mimic the same signatures that our healthy Actium would be making and sending.
I could
to
try.
the wreck. Yes, it could be. I don't know the extent of it, but it's something we could try to figure out. Maybe
I like that
turn the
idea.
microwave on, and maybe turn on maybe a couple of things here and there, and hopefully it will some sort of represent the same bouquet of EMP.
I like
Right.
that. Let's go with that. That's a good idea. But
What do we
before
do about the microphone on it now?
Right.
that may be some creative editing. Maybe we'll go by it near once in a while and talk about things that aren't true.
Very well.
For now, let's stay away from it. But
I like this plan.
I like this plan too. But for now, we do need to make money. I am in the middle of trying to reduce our docking fees. I know that you and Cass were doing something today. And Jata, you're in your room. Whatever, you're probably making money somehow. But I have a couple things going on. Oh, she kind of looks at Mark, and like she's giving him a look, and then she kind of is like, "Should we talk to them about today?" And she's in reference to Cortez specifically. Mark, are you there? Wait, I
You
lost
muted.
audio.
No,
Yeah, you
you're
didn't.
good. We can
Oh,
hear you.
okay.
I think he's waiting to. You're muted if you're talking. He may have lost audio.
Perfect.
Damn it!
I can't hear you still.
We'll let you know the moment we hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
No.
Now I can hear you.
That was weird. Somehow I got muted in voice meter, but whatever.
Okay.
No, I was just saying. So you want to tell them about the candy shop? You guys like
Yeah.
sweets?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I got all you some candy.
Yeah, hand out the candy.
Hand out the candy because the Candyman can.
What is it?
Delicious.
It's candy.
What kind of candy?
Sweet.
It's rock candy.
Well, it's Tycho,
I
so
don't want it.
filter
No, I
candy.
wouldn't have got them rock candy. Rock candy sucks. This is canon.
Taffy.
This is
Yeah, it's
established
taffy.
canon.
Yeah, you got him taffy, I think is what it was, right?
I got him taffy, and I probably got like some hard candies, like an assortment of like hard candies.
it.
I accept it, but I don't take it. I just put it in my bucket and say thank you.
You just carry a bucket around,
Mm.
tip jar.
Yeah,
Okay.
bucket
You're the
candy.
captain. So if you want to tell them, tell them.
Yeah, so we have something going on. And she
Right.
forwards them the message that we got, the same that same handout. We figured out that somewhere around here, Cortez is in trouble. Cortez, out of character, Cortez being our Martian buddy that's gotten us out of a couple of jams.
Thank you.
Martian Marine, when you were...
He had we first met him with the suit. He had the big power suit on, and we convinced him to like chill out with the rest of his crew. And he was like, he's not like loyal to us, but he always has our back when we're around.
Okay.
So, but
Like
she
Cortez.
sends y'all like the message, which is like a riddle, and it says,
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah. So it has.
Want me to share
she
it?
points out. Yeah,
I
share it,
will-
and but in character, I'll just say, and you can see there's a hidden message here, and she points out like how it says "help me." What did it all say? Drones. It said "help me."
Help me, I'm here.
Help me, I'm here.
Was the part that we could definitely translate.
I updated it so that both Myth and Meyer have access to the note in message in the journal. So it's called Message XC67TFRT8732.
So she kind of goes through all the details of where we're at so far, and she explains to y'all that they decide like drones kind of, or pardon me, Mark kind of deciphered this, and the candy shop we went to was like one of the names in there, and the other name was the name he went by when he was working for like a week or two at the Mormon place, and it's related to our Pope mission, right? Like, basically, she explains she took a contract with the Mormons as a result of this investigation. And then the Mormons need help finding somebody. That doctor from before, named Dr. Brine, or whatever her name was, that lady we found when we found...
Yeah. It was like... let me pull up the name real quickly.
We dropped her off somewhere. And basically, yeah. So she explains that, you know, in investigating this, that we came across the Mormons and found out that he had been like working in that Mormon facility, kind of involved with her. Like he was sort of a runner and go get people stuff they needed, and including her. So this lady's missing, and so is Cortez. But Cortez has sent a message. It seems like Cortez has sent a message that he's here somehow. And so we ended up finding where he lived, which was the candy shop for a couple weeks while he was working for the Mormons. And you know, the guy at the candy shop was real nice and stuff, but Cortez seemed to have disappeared from it a while back. But he gave that name in the riddle. So basically she explains, we don't know where he is, but he says, I'm here, with that marked, or with that said. So I can't tell if there's something nefarious going on and maybe he's being hidden in that area or what. But we need to get further investigation into that candy shop. We need to find Cortez because he needs help. This message, was like a day old or something?
Hours. It was only 4 hours. Yeah.
And it bounced off. The interesting thing was it bounced off a Mormon signal, right?
Mm-hmm. The Mormon offices and inside
Yeah.
the...
so they could be involved too. It's kind of a mess.
It's Dr. Drake, by the way. Dr. Drake.
Dr. Drake. I said Dr. Brine.
Yeah.
Give me your salt. But yeah, so she explains all that, and it's kind of, she just admits it's a mess. Yeah. We need more brain power on this. And she points to Jata. It bounced off the Mormon signal. Is there any like way that you can specify? Is there any way? And she looks at him and what's your face?
Highland.
Is there any way that we can
get
his
face anyway?
Finer signature here? Is there a way that we can get a more precise location of where this originated from?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay. Well, you have the message now, and whatever, you know, Mark observed from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bouncing information. So if you can look into that, that would help. But if you can't get too specific, I understand. I want to know if he's there or if he's somewhere in the Mormon facility.
Okay. I will see what I can do.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And the thing downstairs, we just leave it alone. Say things that are not true, right?
Yeah, when we're near it.
I love to shower. Okay, let's go. How do I do this thing?
Give me a technology check.
Okay.
Let me see. It's the difficulty is very hard because it's a lot harder than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Check the.
So hard, arduous, formidable, strenuous, imposing, Herculean, nigh impossible.
Yeah, Herculean. Well, I'm gonna look up this. What they say is they have the whole lists here. So let me find it real quick. It should be a couple seconds.
Herculean is a TN of 20. Nigh impossible is a TN of 21.
Yeah, it's not gonna be TN. It's not gonna be that high, but where are you? I think I have it here shortly.
Hard is 15.
There we go. 20. TN 20.
20, so Herculean.
Yes.
One below impossible.
Well, for the Expanse,
I
they
don't
say
know, but
they
I'll
say
try 20.
exactly 20. All right, so it ain't easy, but you're able to barely get into it. Plus, you also have stunt points. You have 3 stunt points.
Okay, I am going to put the 3 into what I always put them into, which is just a shadow. So if I want to try again,
Okay.
I don't have 4. I can't do it. Wasn't me.
So you were able to find. You're able to find that the message itself. You can narrow it down to somewhere in the orbit of Europa. Is where it came from. And you can definitely tell that it came from a Martian Navy signal. But it was an emergency. It's not from what it's supposed to. It's like someone used a Martian drone's comms unit, modified it to broadcast with enough signal to boost to something else. And it was like done super cryptically. It was done to mask everything possible. It was someone went to an extreme length for this not to be picked up by anyone but y'all. So, and it's definitely jerry-rigged. It's not from a standard transmitter. It's from a transmitter of a Martian drone, which shouldn't have that sort of range.
Okay, Europa. Some strange, really strong drone that can paint the ship from all the way out here with a laser. That's kind of disgusting. I want it. Hey, Bossman?
Shall we go?
Sorry, I just got a bad text.
Okay.
But no worries. No, it's cool. Sorry, I did not mean to not be paying attention. Please, I apologize deeply.
It was Europa, is what he said.
Okay, so it's coming from Europa?
Yes, it seems like a tight beam that's coming from a drone somehow, all the way in Europa, that's able to paint a beam on our ship the size of an asshole. I don't understand how they can do that, so I want it.
And Europa is where?
Really far away.
Jupiter.
Jupiter.
So, and this is out of character, I'm just trying to grasp this. He sent us a message that's all the way from Jupiter, but it says that he's on Tycho.
Does it
Or
say
at least
he's
as
on
far.
Tycho?
No.
It just says I'm here, and here could be where he's sending it from. Could be where it bounced off. We just don't know.
So we could go to Europa. We could go to the wreck and dive for this thing. We can, we have to also get rid of this thing. And I will likely also have to make some calls.
Okay, I'm just as a captain, just trying to decide. Because I want to, okay, she looks at all y'all and she says, I really want to make sure he's absolutely not on this station before we go to Europa. Because the way the message panned out, it sounded like, to me, and she looks at Mark, to me it sounded like he was saying he was on this station based on the information provided in it. However, we could be wrong about that. Can I do a stunt to kind of sort of help me? I did in the last one. I did do a thing where I used like a stunt that would eventually give me more information down the line. Let me pull it back up. And I don't think we activated that necessarily. It was an investigation stunt. It was. Sorry.
It'll help you. It'll help you further down the line, make it a little bit easier. I'll give you the. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know the stunt.
The lucky break, yeah, because it's like later I kind of put 2 and 2 together a little bit.
So, based off of this, based off this information, there's something that stands out to you in the original message. Okay. When you read the original message, right after the "I am here," you have the riddle. And above the mother of King Minos, something clicks when you hear Europa, and you realize that the mother of King Minos was Europa.
Okay, that's right. And I remember you told Drones this last episode too, but I wasn't privy to that information either. Yeah. Okay, so that kind of clicks.
By the way,
maybe we look at each other.
Did you share the coin information with Sloan as well?
Not yet, no.
Not yet, yeah. I would have asked if I remembered out of character. But so she kind of.
You didn't actually see me take it. You were distracting someone so I could look around. Right. But you never really saw me do anything.
So but what were you about to say, Meyer?
Out of character, I think I've got the riddle, but in character, I don't know if Jatar would have it.
That's fair. That is so fair. I appreciate that.
What Mark would say is, I can't imagine that Cortez would, while being on Tycho, find a way to modify a drone in space to send a signal back to Tycho.
Could I roll something, GM? For Jatar to be able to
kind of get this?
As we're all working this out.
Can I roll a Wikipedia? Because I think I know Maya. So in order for Jatar to say what Maya knows.
Give me an intelligence check.
There you go.
Intelligence check TN 12.
Come on, be smart, buddy.
13.
Yeah.
Just smart enough.
You would have known. Yes.
Okay. A ship has blown up in Europa and it has Mormons inside it. That's what's happened. And there's protomolecule there as well, because that's isogenesis. Because that shit makes shit come out of it, and it's blue. Am I right, Jim?
I'm not gonna tell you if you're right or wrong, but I will say that's a good guess.
Strong, yeah.
I
hope he wasn't on the ship.
Well, if there's any chance of saving anybody, we have to make decisions quickly.
Okay, all right then. So let's get ready to start going through undocking procedures and be out of here within the next 6 hours.
Okay.
I have an appointment soon that I have to take care of first, but once we get that done, we also need supplies. Who wants to go be in charge of supplies?
I have my room.
I'm gonna.
Or did we already do some?
Or
can we just?
We'll take a break right now, and we'll. Hi HP. We'll take a break. We'll take a break real quickly, and then when we get back, we'll figure that out. So, because it's been about an hour or so. So, all right, y'all. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Grab something to drink. Use the restroom. Ponder. Does the cast got this right? Are they doing the right things? Let us know.
Rereading it, it does seem like a very strong, good
guess. Yeah. All right, we'll be right back, y'all.
I have doomed us.
Gotta get Paul and Go XLR.
Yeah, you definitely need that. Oop, hit the wrong button. There we go.
Hi.
Yeah, there we go. Hi, we're back. Sorry about that. I couldn't see things and hear people making comments. So we're back from break, a longer break than anticipated. So let's start with Cass, and then we'll work back to what was going on. So Cass, I anticipated that you'd probably wanted to go do some research and figure out if what Fred Johnson was doing with this whole thing and what he might be involved in, right?
Yeah, I'd want to call him and thank him for the gift, and say, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And also do a little bit of separate from Highland research into the gentleman who we are taking the salvage job from, just to see if I can find anything else about what I'm getting myself into now that I know some of the players involved.
Okay. So let's do the call to Johnson first. You call his office, and you get his secretary, who says, Mr. Cassidy, right? Because your last name's Cassidy, right?
Yeah,
right?
my name's Cassidy.
Yeah, my name's Cassidy. Mr. Cassidy, it's good to see you again. What brings you here to us today?
Mostly just a courtesy call. If Mr. Johnson is available, we received a package from him, and I wanted to say thank you.
Oh, sure. Let me see if he's available. And you see the screen kind of flicker for a moment. And he goes, I'll transfer you right away. He transfers the call, and you see Johnson is sitting at his desk and goes, Agent Cassidy, it's good to see you again.
Hasn't been agent in a long time, Fred, but good to see you. Got a package with your name on it today. Wanted to reach out.
My pig. Yes, she had piglets, and it's been a while since you've seen him, but we decided to slaughter one to see if the food tastes, and I got some left over. I'd heard you'd been docked, so it'd been a while since we'd seen you, so I decided to send it along.
Excellent. I'm sure the captain will make some fantastic barbecue with that. She knows her way around a smoker.
Yes.
Also wanted to say that you may want to look into your courier services that you're using.
Was there a problem with the courier?
Well, A, he's a belter who's afraid of space, but that's neither here nor there. B, he's taking payment on the side, and he put a tracker in our cargo bay.
That is a problem.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know about this. I am going to look into this. But enjoy the meat.
Well, if you find out anything, of course, I'd like to be kept in the loop. Silver lining, tracker might actually be a lead on Pope. So
you're hunting Pope.
That's no secret. I've been in every back room on this station trying to get information about it. Surprised it hasn't made its way back to you yet.
What I've heard is that you're looking for Pope, something about Pope, not Pope himself.
What better source of information than the man himself?
Yeah. Well, I'll keep my ears to the ground about both where Pope is, and of course, I'll let you know about this courier issue. Thank you for making me aware of this again.
Absolutely. We'll be shipping out soon, so see you on our next trip through.
Excellent. Fly safe. And he turns it off.
Have a good one, Fred. All right. And I'm trying to remember the names involved, but we got the information about the ship.
Mm-hmm. I'm pulling them up right now. So
yeah, Inigo is the guy who is sending us. I want to look up information about the ship he is sending us after, and any information on its crew that I can find.
Okay. The ship itself is called the I know the name. I'm trying to blank on it. I know the last part of it. The Inglorious Velota is what it's called. It's just a barge. It's a cargo ship registered out of Ceres. Small cargo ship.
Okay. Registered to, and if there's any other information on the officer's crew, I want to. He's looking for an heirloom that one of them would have been carrying, so I want to see if I can get any information on those people. Ideally, pictures, but you know.
Okay. So the name is from someone named Natalie Munoz. Munoz.
Munoz. Okay.
Yeah, Natalie Munoz is, and it's registered to her family. No other names are attached other than Natalie's, though. All it says is that it's a family business. Natalie is a belter. She's lived in the belt. She comes from Ceres. The ship itself was owned by her father, who was named Joseph Munoz. And there's nothing really big other than the ship is probably 100 years old or close to it.
Okay. And then I checked my account to see if Inigo has sent the upfront half of the payment yet.
Yes, he has.
All right. Then before I leave the room and am brought into anything else that anybody else has going on, I am going to just hop in and pay the docking fees with the front half and then the remaining 3 with my own income.
Okay. So the full 10.
Well, Buster told us she had managed to get us a discount.
To 8, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll do the full up to 8.
Okay. So because you got 3 ahead of time and 5 afterwards, or was it 4 and 4? It was 3 ahead.
It was 4 and 4. He said half up front, half on delivery.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't have to roll for that, so that's fine. But you do have to. I do think you have to mark it off if we're using it.
So income checks are actually weird.
Yeah.
In that your income number is not representative of how much money you have. It's how much capital you can bring to bear at any given point.
Yeah.
And existing above your means causes it to drop by a point or 2, depending on it drops.
Because you have to do a roll. Yeah, you have to do a roll for it to make sure it's successful.
Yeah.
So
technically, I could pay the entire docking fee without living above my means.
Yes. But
it feels like we're adjusting the system slightly. So,
well, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine to just say you paid it. And that would be fine. Because you've all been living. Because the funny part is that the entire docking fee is about the limit of middle class. It would be like the equivalent of you can pay your mortgage, but it would not be easy. Pay your mortgage. Pay a mortgage for a house you can barely afford, sort of thing.
Yeah, the secret sauce and how Cass has been able to blend into all of the backroom deals with corporations in the belt is that ever since the first session, I've actually technically been in the wealthy category. My base income is 12.
Yeah. Because of the thing you took, you took like a trait about that, right? Like a wealthy trait.
I think so.
Yeah. There was some mechanic about it. Yeah.
One of my things at character creation, I ended up with an income that was high, and just I don't play Cass. Cass doesn't live to that level.
Yeah.
Because when it comes down to it, he's technically a cop. But I like to imagine this is a case of everyone involved in shafting him in the original thing that got him fired knew they were shafting him, and he got kind of not a golden parachute.
Yeah.
But they're like, look, we know we're taking away your career and everything you've worked for your whole life. Just have some money and get out of our hair.
Yeah. All right. So you're able to pay it off pretty easily. It's the account still says that you still owe 2 additional. So you've paid. So you've effectively paid for the docking fees, and what else are you going to do?
If I've paid for the docking fees and like a partial fill up at this point.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna head out of my room and see if I can find the rest of the crew.
Okay. So as you walk down, you're hearing them discuss in, I think it was still the airlock area, where they're discussing about, you hear them just mention things like the tracker and...
I hear Cortez, Europa.
Yeah, you hear Cortez in Europa, as you're coming down. So we're back with you. Y'all are seeing, as you're figuring out to get resupplied, y'all see Cass come down the ladder. So
I think I have it. I think the
What?
Steel of Tarsus.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Good to see you too. The Steel of Tarsus. Tarsus is a place on Mars, no? It's a volcanic plateau, so maybe perhaps a ship from Mars. I think Children of the Prophet is Mormons, no?
Right, okay.
Mm-hmm. And
There's actually a Martian ship called the Tharsis.
is there a Martian ship called the Tarsus too?
Well, there we go.
Yes.
Very obvious.
Well, there we go. So if that's the case, do you have any contacts to know where the ship is?
I make one phone call and we're doing an escape room. What's going on?
We're trying to figure out this message and what we can do with it. We've
Do y'all
got
wanna
several
share-
leads for different things, but we're not quite sure which way to go with it. What do you make of it, Cass?
okay, you're going to share the message with them. Okay,
Yes.
Okay,
I'll share it with you right now. I'll get it to you. Boom. There you go. You have it now.
I mean, Cass like looks at it and then shrugs and is like, okay, it sounds like you guys have got something out of this.
Right. But we also have the salvage job as well. We also have Cortez figure out where he is. If he's probably not here, considering that is what we are coming to and deducing from this message. But Bossman wants to make sure that we are able to figure out if it is Cortez is actually here and not here there.
And so far, I only got these Martian ship, Mormons, and Europa, and Protomolecule.
Okay. Yeah, as your Genesis corrupts the decayed temple, that sounds like that garbage. Oh man. I got Fred Johnson to agree to look into where Pope is.
Hey, that's good.
That's good.
Oh, and Cap, I'm sure they told you already, but we got Pig.
All right, we have pork.
Yes, I heard all about the pork.
I'm excited about the pork.
I'm excited about the pork as well.
Well,
Never had it. I've never had good pork. Always bland.
Now, hard to find a good pig in the belt.
I'll stick to my tofu.
That's literally our second or third job was finding a good pig in the belt.
yeah.
So
But
it paid delicious dividends.
well, to get you up to speed, we're trying to track down Cortez. He needs our help. And it may be connected to a mission or a job I just took on from the Mormons with Mark. So we're disembarking in about 6 hours.
Well, it's a good thing I just paid the docking fees then.
That is.
At this point,
Yeah.
It's your discount.
Okay. At this point, you hear a voice pipe up. It goes, "Cap, do you want me to go get the supplies? Because I can get supplies." And you look and you see Jesse, who came down the ladder.
Damn it!
after-
I forgot it.
You all get like a little
She
figure,
just-
like, right?
just goes like-
Jesse's a thing.
No, she just kind of.
I just
it's like
assumed
that.
sometime in the last year we wrote him off the show.
He's still here. No, I'm thinking of like that scene in The Office where like Dwight is talking to some woman, and then like Angela pops up, and he's like, "God," and he actually he's like, "Fuck." That's what she does. She does exactly. She's like, "Ah, yeah, that would be fine here," and she hands him whatever he needs. Restock us. You know what we need: food, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Fuel, whatever. Get all that crap done.
You got it. He walks off the ship.
But it needs to be done in 6 hours. Okay, so
All right.
yeah.
So Europa, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
She sends you the same message that everybody else had, that she shared with everybody else about the riddle message.
Yeah, that's
Jata's theory is that this derelict ship they've been asked to go check out, it may have dead Mormons in it with the proto molecule, and maybe Cortez was involved in that, or hopefully he's not dead, one of the dead people floating around over there. So
Okay.
yeah,
Just throwing out a counterpoint, and I know that I'm going to get outvoted here, but why?
Why what?
Why what?
I mean, I know Cortez has been cool and all, but he did also arrest us that one time.
Yeah, but he kept us from going to jail for a good long while. I mean, sometimes you have to take an arrest just so you don't go to prison in the long run.
I don't follow, but okay.
Whatever.
Anyway.
But just a reminder.
Sometimes you get arrested. It just happens.
Just a reminder, Sloan, you were also hired by the Mormons to try to find Drake. Remember?
Drake. Who's Drake?
Drake.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. That's what I mentioned to him. I did, I said,
Right.
We have a mission we took from the Mormons. But she's saying, yeah, like hopefully he may be connected to this other thing we're doing. So it could be 2 birds, 1 stone. And maybe he has if he doesn't necessarily, hopefully he's not dead, and we don't find what we're looking for when we get there, maybe he has further information to that end, or to some end, one of these many loose ends that we have going on right now. You never know. Cortez always has something for us.
Makes sense. I'm gonna walk over to a wall console and punch in the coordinates of the salvage job we're supposed to be doing as well, and see sort of like how much in the opposite direction of Europa is it.
Right.
It's in the general same direction. I mean, like, because you got to go out of the system anyways to get to or get out of, like, Tycho is kind of in the asteroid belt, so it's between Jupiter and Mars. So you just have to be in that general direction. It's like it's in the same general direction, but not like a straight line. Like, you're going to have to veer off course.
Go off to the right or something.
Yeah.
Fun fact and this is really just more interesting things for anybody who decides to pick up the Expanse book. There are 3 entire pages about orbital mechanics.
Yep.
Wow.
Just in the middle of the book.
Nerds.
Nice.
And not in any game rules terms, just explaining delta V and orbital velocities. And
they have a full chart of how long it takes, how much delta V it takes to get from planet to planet too. And timetables it would take depending on the delta V you used. It's nuts.
She's gonna tell Mark. She's gonna look at Mark and HP, or pardon me, Mark and. I always want to say Dax and Cole. Okay, she's gonna look at Mark.
Forget about it.
She's gonna look at Mark and Cass and say, "Why don't you 2 work on getting what we need to get to, like our what is it called, our navigation manifest?"
She says that, and then then Cass just looks at Mark and goes like, "Yeah,
light plan.
I'll help."
Yeah, we'll keep it.
Course.
Please don't.
Looking at the computer where it's already. Well, no, he's looking at the computer where you've already laid in most of the course.
Plotted it. Yeah.
And it's just like beep beep.
As
Mark, we also need to go here, and I just point.
She just rolls her eyes. She's like, "Just do the things."
Hi, Captain.
While this is happening, I want to send a tight beam to Frederick Johnson, just asking, "What is Zeus?" or "Who is Zeus?"
Okay.
A Grecian
And
god.
while you're doing that,
An ancient
I do
Greek
look
god.
over at you, Cass, and I say, please don't help.
Cass is just like holding out a finger to the button. Okay. Oh,
Thank you.
Cap.
Yes.
Anything specific that you want for the pork? Because Jesse's out. He could.
Oh,
Like-
that's a good question. Like, how much pork is it? Is it like the whole pig?
It's like a whole pig.
Yeah, she kind of
Well-
glances over it. Okay, I think we need some. Make sure to get some extra salt because we'll do something special with the belly. Actually, you know what? We'll smoke the belly. Tell him to get stuff to smoke because we're gonna smoke the belly and I'll make bacon out of that.
On a ship.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? There's probably you way too exhaust out of smoke. It's been a year. No,
Shove
shut
it in
up.
one of the
It's
tea
been a year.
kettles. It'll be
We've
fine.
retrofit this thing to have a Texas
smoker with
barbecue pit
smoker.
that functions in
No.
fucking space. Thank you very much.
We have the
Good night.
perfect thing already. We put the smoker in the airlock. And
There
then when
we
it's
go.
done smoking, we cycle the airlock.
Yeah, because you just start it and leave it, right? Like
Yeah.
it's easy peasy, and it's a space age smoker. It's probably the tits.
I hear that space smells like barbecue anyway, so it makes sense.
Flavor it.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah. She's just like, we'll just smoke
is
the whole
why-
thing up so it lasts longer.
People like you.
This is why
Mm.
it's just full of smoke.
No, maybe
That's
no,
what
wait,
it's
maybe
for.
we can get like a sandbox kind of thing built. Like we can take a shipping container and fill it with dirt and do it Hawaiian style, where you dig it out and then you put it and wrap it in banana leaves. I mean, that's only if it was a whole pig all in one piece, but
And then we
it's
get the
butchered.
banana leaves and also the dirt.
Mm.
So you send this whole
He's more
thing.
obsessed with dirt than I am, and I'm from Earth.
You've
Right.
No, we'll
you've
do
sent-
smoker.
You've sent this long rambling message that all of this is just in my head to
Yeah, it
Jesse,
gets- it
who's
gets to the
looking,
end
who's
and I go,
looking.
I need
tech.
cedar pellets. I need,
Yeah, yeah.
I need cherry wood. I need this wood. I need this.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
smoke.
so
chips.
after this long rambling message of sent to it with Cherrywood is
Like just
you
voice to speech.
Yeah.
Or voice to speech.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about it. So it's like
Yeah.
a whole conversation.
Jesse sends back a question mark emoji, a shrug emoji, and a thumbs up emoji. And that's
Okay.
it.
And then after that, she kind of types out a specific list.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She just types that out. So we're gonna smoke a goddamn pig. So we need sugar. We need salt. we need sugar, salt, various spices. Which we probably have a little bit of
Only we could
hydroponics
get the
action
cat
after a year.
Bossman to get this excited about our job.
I know that was in and out of character, Myth. Thank you very much. I know you. No, she's just like, all right, cool. And then she's like, well, I have an appointment. Hopefully he gets here soon. But that's all I have before we leave.
And once it's all done, I look over at Highland's like, do you see now why I laughed when I saw the pork?
Yeah, I see. I was confused. So are we going? Are we going to Europa, and then on the way moving the old?
Honestly, if
the
I
island?
joke,
Yes.
but if Cortez is in danger, we probably want to head straight to Europa and then try and get the salvage after and hope nobody beats us to it.
I'm talking
Mm.
about the old. The,
Yeah, the old kuto 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 kuto.
I don't know what is going on.
You mean the tracker that's 3 floors downstairs?
Hey,
That one, yes.
that's the one.
Yeah,
See?
one of our
See, I can solve riddles too.
yeah. So the plan with the tracker, she explains, is maybe to swap that and put that onto the salvage that we don't take.
Right.
So you
correct.
so you're thinking about going to the salvage first, is what you're trying to say.
Yes, that's why I'm pointing it out to him because he just made that.
I mean, makes sense to me. It's
Cortez, come back here.
eventually. I mean, we have to come back here to deliver Inigo's salvage.
I mean, the
Too
thing
bad
is,
we don't have a shuttlecraft.
The thing is, with transponders and all that stuff, the second we come back, they'll know we're here. Even if we get rid of the tracker now, it's going to save us, like, what? A day? Before they find out we're back?
All right.
My thought was we use it as bait and draw out whoever's tracking us and get the
Let's-
information straight from them.
That was originally what we talked about.
In that
Which
case,
we would
you
need
want-
time to do that.
You'd want to have, if you want to draw them out, it wouldn't just be going A to B. You would have to plot and tell the station where we're going. And then stop
Lie.
there.
Yeah.
You can't lie, otherwise they'll go there and you won't be there.
Or we go downstairs, have a conversation about making a little pit stop at X coordinates for this salvage job we're doing off the books, and then come back upstairs.
Right,
Because you said there's a microphone on it, right?
right.
Yeah.
That's a great
That was
idea.
kind of part of the thing we talked about. See,
Yeah.
you missed a lot while you were gone,
Right,
but you're
we would
picking
have
it
to
up
stop.
really fast.
We would have to stop. We would have to stop them, right? Which I'm okay with doing. If they meet us at the salvage job, which I guess I'm all right with doing. Never
So-
mind. All right, I'm in.
What's the verdict? So we go to Europa first, or do y'all want to go to the salvage first?
Salvage
Ah.
job.
Sounds like
Salvage
the
first.
plan is, yeah, we drop breadcrumbs that we're going to the salvage, then we head to the salvage. We get that done on the way, in and out. Then we go hope Cortez isn't dead yet.
Yep.
Hmm.
All right. Well, chop chop.
After you play Job Finder.
Yeah. Well, he should be here any minute.
Honestly, this
yeah.
sounds like something I would do, Captain. I'm very confused.
Wait, what? I'm confused, man.
Helping some
We're
random
more and more
kid.
like every day.
All right, so fast forward a couple, like about an hour or so. The kid shows up. You see this very scrawny, lanky, very, I won't say angry. I'm gonna say resigned kid shows up at the door, at the airlock, and just kind of like does a little push a little button for comments. It goes, "Hello, hello. Is anyone here? Are you at the door? Son?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I hear somebody knocking, basically, yeah, she goes toward it. She hits the comm. Yes, hello.
Hello. I'm supposed to meet Captain Maddox.
Yes, that's me here. I'll meet you outside. And then she goes through the airlocks or whatever, and she goes out to meet him.
I believe his name is Fernando.
Fernando, yeah.
Yeah. He as you exit, as you get to the airlock, you see this. He's very tall, lanky. He looks like he doesn't want to be there. He's doing hello, my name is Fernando Joaquim. You've talked with my father about the job.
Yes, I have. I do have a job for you. Would you like to go check it out?
He gives a big yes.
Look, kid, I know you're young and you haven't really figured out what you want to do with your life. And your dad sounds like kind of an asshole anyway.
As you say that, he kind of goes, yeah. He just kind of like nods and does a Belter sign for yes.
Now, wouldn't it be nice to do something that's enjoyable, but also gets you away from him? So you don't have to listen to his bitching about you?
Yes, it would.
All right, come on. And then she's just going to take him to the candy shop.
Okay. So you take him to the candy shop. He walks over. As you stop at the candy shop, he looks at you and goes, "What? I don't like candy.
That's okay.
What am I doing here then?"
This guy has not only a job available, but an apartment above it. So you wouldn't even have to commute to work.
All right. Let's talk to the guy. Now we're gonna kind of is it role playing?
Yeah, skip through it. Yeah.
Skip through it a little bit. So give me a like I was going to say diplomacy check. There's no diplomacy here. It's
Probably communication is what you were thinking of.
yeah. But you've got a specialty in this kind of thing, I think. So
Yeah. I'm
persuasion.
looking.
Yeah, persuasion.
Yes, persuasion.
Yeah. So give me a persuasion check.
Okay, with the secret, submit. Stun points.
Yeah, go ahead and use stun points if you want to, because it's a social
Okay.
check.
Yes, I know. Social stunts, where are you? I gotta scroll around and find you. I hope you'll like my song.
Just gonna say we've been pumping
Beautiful.
into the churn quite a bit.
Sorry, I'm literally scrolling and I'm social stunts. There are general social stunts. That's why it was throwing me off. I have 6 points total. I don't want to enrage him. That would be bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from the heart, I think is the most appropriate in this situation, which is believe wholeheartedly what you say. If you don't have it already, gain the rest of the encounter, gain it for the rest of the encounter. If you do, it adds +3 instead of +2 to the rolls you make with it.
So, from the heart, let me look at that again.
Let me make sure, because that has 4, so I still have 2 left. I don't want you to sway the crowd because that's for a group of people.
Yeah. From the heart, yeah. You believe wholeheartedly in what you say. Choose one willpower focus. If you don't have that already, you gain it for the rest of the encounter. If you do, it adds 3+ instead of 2+ to the rolls you make with it. So basically, you can choose one willpower focus to improve it. So give me, and you're looking to see if something else. You don't have to use them if you don't want to. So
faith, probably. Well, that's kind of weird. Courage, self-discipline.
You could drop it into the churn because you did get.
Yeah, let's just drop it in the churn. I'm fine with that. Drop the churn. In fact, just get rid of the whole thing. And so, in fact, take the 6 points and drop the churn.
Instead
now
of
that I'm looking at that, it's just none of them really work for this situation. It's not for like a sway the crowd would be most appropriate, but that's for multiple groups of people. That's not for like one person.
Yeah.
So let's just drop that. Let's screw that and just throw all that into reducing the churn. But I just tell the kid, oh, what did I roll? I rolled a 20, so I'm good. But I tell him, I'm like, look, I get that you're not into candy, but what are you into? Are you into maybe the science of how to make candy is something that can interest you, like how the chemicals and the different things interact. Because I know you like games. I know you like, think of it as like one of those games where you're like, it's like a tycoon game, like you're building a business and you're making it more and more successful, like an economic style game. You're helping this guy, you'll be helping this gentleman with his business. I mean, maybe there's multiple things it doesn't necessarily have to be focused to making candy. Maybe he needs help getting new business in. Maybe you can run like candy catering basically for businesses around here where you make, sorry, I'm friends with a chocolatier, so I know all this stuff. Maybe, make customized candy for different businesses on Tycho and even beyond. Or promoting the business. And occasion, making candy is actually a pretty old tradition, no matter where you're from, and it makes people happy. I mean, what's better than that?
He seems a little bit better, a little more okay with it. And it's like, okay,
and there's apartment involved.
I'll give it a try. And so you walk into the store, you talk with the old man, you have them meet. Give me another check real quickly, just kind of like because you're going to play. You're playing matchmaker, as it were, for job or headhunter or whatever. You're trying to make sure that both of them like each other and stuff.
Which
like that.
I'll just roll. I'll just roll like a communication for that because I don't think persuasion's because it's really based on him, but I think communication just kind of getting them to sync up.
Do it.
So I'm doing it. Well, I rolled a 9 with 4 stun points. God.
Do you want to use the stun points?
Yeah, now this time I will.
This is sway the crowd.
Now I'll sway the crowd for sure.
You can also do. You also could do things like let's make a deal.
Where is that? Oh, I see that. I didn't even see.
Yeah. You can also do class clown or flirt. Because you actually do
wanna
have
flirt.
you do have communication seduction. So
Yeah, I have all kinds of stuff. But let's go. I don't have communication seduction though. I have that like more of like that's a skill than like an attribute thing.
I think you get it because of no, you don't have communication seduction because you have attraction. You have attraction.
Yeah, I have attraction, which is a skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just kind of do the let's make a deal, and I basically propose to them that they give it a go for like a minimum of 3 months, and if it's not working, then I'll personally be happy to help Fernando figure something else out. I'm sure I would be back by Tycho around that time, or I would cross through it. So I agree. Like, look, if this doesn't work out, I'll help you find something new. And I tell the candy guy, like, look, and if it doesn't work out, all that by that time, I will also help you find somebody else in that, like when that, if y'all decide it's not working out. So either way, they'll both be, one of them will get a new job and the other one I will help them find somebody else that better suits that.
So you now get a favor. Write this down. You now have, they agree, and you now, from Fernando, Fernando owes you a favor.
Okay.
Write that down. All right.
Okay, cool.
So you're good. You solid of it. They shake on the deal. He says he's going to move over right away. Right. Yeah, you're good. Fernando thanks you for it, and he walks off. He seems a little bit more enthusiastic. He still seems like he's not super enthusiastic, but he doesn't seem like he's like begrudgingly.
Like he's willing to try
Yeah.
something new, that unexpected, you know. And I even tell him before I go, I'm like, you never know. Sometimes I never would have thought I would be doing what I do now, but I just kind of fell into it, and it's been really, you know, I mean, it's had its ups and downs, but it's been good for me. And you never know. Maybe you're like the next like savant, like maybe you're the next like Moe or something of making candy. Like who knows? Maybe you will make like some of the greatest sugar sculptures of all time. Who knows?
Yeah. He
apply as much as you can into something like this because it's a very creative job.
He nods and thanks you again, shakes your hand and goes, I'm glad that we've met. I just thank you. And he walks away.
All right. And then I leave him to it. Like I go back to the ship.
Okay.
And yada yada.
On your way back to the ship, as you're heading back into the ship, you get a message from the dad who basically says thank you, and then sends you a copy of the bill with the rate reduced and already been paid. So, and as you're walking back into the ship, you see Jesse pushing like this cart of things, including like a pallet. Yeah, it includes like everything you need for at least the short term. And he looks back at you as he's like huffing and puffing, and he goes, "Here," and he tosses you the his hand terminal. Or actually, no, he has his hand terminal. He stops, he pulls out his hand terminal, and flips you the receipt. And he goes, "I put it on your tab, by the way." And it's nothing.
Okay. Yeah, no big deal.
Nothing too big, because then he also looks at you and goes, "Can we talk about payment at some point? I haven't been paid in a year."
We would have paid him in the year, Paul.
You've been paying him in like not dying and like getting like free room and board and basically everything.
Yeah, but like how much was the stuff? How much was the stuff that he gave me?
The equivalent would be about four income.
Okay, so we're good. So yeah. I'll give him out of my income. I'll give him 2, and I'll ask the others like, "Hey, throw him some income."
In this case, you're gonna have to reduce your income by 2 because this is like you're moving your stuff away.
No, I know.
For the record, the payment he got a year ago was me moving 3 income from my income into his.
Yes.
In case he needed a lawyer.
That was like a year ago. Like you don't know how much he has. Yeah. So I basically like asked the rest of the crew, like everybody at least give him 1 because he has benefited all of us. And I give him 2 out of mine since I'm the captain and I'm classy.
Okay. All right.
I pretend to give 1, but it's just has.
you steal one from hers, or you try to rearrange you rearrange it so
no,
it looks
he
like
uses
it comes
he
from
sells he gives it to him in NFTs.
All right. So with that, I think we've reached a nice good stopping point. You're ready to go. Your ship's stocked, and let's play out a little scene here. I'll just kind of end it in a little cinematic. You undock, you file your flight plans. Your ship is about to he's kind of leaving the station and heading out towards Into the Black. And a few moments later, of course, you don't see this. The audience would see this. A few moments after you've cleared the area, a small little ship undocks and starts slowly falling in the same direction. And then we fade out. So it's the end of the episode.
I knew it. We could have totally spoofed the tracker on that ship.
That would have confused them a lot.
Captain, the ship we're tracking is ourselves.
The signal's coming from inside the ship.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's go with favorite moment of the episode, starting with Cass. What's your favorite moment of the episode?
I liked Jata and Highland talking about the tracker. I enjoyed that.
It's good. All right. Mark, favorite moment of the episode?
Sorry, I have to say the same thing. Just the Jata Highland interactions are always priceless. But them talking over the microphone without talking over the microphone is truly classy.
Myth, your favorite moment of the episode?
I think my favorite moment was, it's probably the same sort of thing there. I really do enjoy that. I also think coming up and having Meyer back is sweet, and also when Jata did sort of figure out, and when Meyer had to roll, to be like, I have it, but I don't know if Jata has rolling and then being like, okay, and then spilling the beans was great. I thought that was a really cool reveal when it comes to the riddle as well, because once again, looking like once having context of like, okay, this could be what it is, and then rereading it, it's like, this is totally gotta be what it is. It was awesome. It was really cool.
Buster, favorite moment?
I don't know, man. Like everybody says, Jata and Highland is always super entertaining, but I really like Cass.
I need to change mine. The return of Jesse.
The return of Jesse.
This is pretty good. No, I actually enjoyed like Cass coming in kind of late and us like being like da 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 da. Like I was glad to have you by. I was glad you made it. But yeah, it was that was kind of funny because it was like you were kind of, we had worked through some of that and you were adding new thoughts, but you were also working
stream, so I was at least at the speed.
So you also were kind of working through some of our like early thoughts too. But it's just nice to have the full cast right here right now. So it was awesome.
I've missed all of you so much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or just a tweet away.
I miss gaming with y'all.
Yeah, we all need to hang out and do a thing outside of game, like
Yeah.
We could. You all need to do Wild RP. Is the answer? Is
right?
What you need to do?
I do own that game.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be dumb.
It's fine. That's what RP is.
Characters are dumb.
Yeah.
I'd have to play it like off stream just to like kind of.
That's fine.
Get it? Yeah.
It's probably better off stream, to be honest.
Probably.
Meyer, favorite moment of the episode.
My favorite part was when I came back. Having the top back is cool. All my scenes were really amazing. That's my favorite part too. I really the puzzle, the riddle was really cool. It was a kind of a new element that I don't think we've seen yet in the Expanse. Within our group. So having something like that to see and to kind of work on, and maybe not necessarily use like meta knowledge and stuff and like knowledge from the show, but like just kind of like, what does this mean? Oh snap! Google.
Yeah, it was our own.
It was really, really cool.
Yeah.
So that was my favorite. My highlight was that.
Awesome.
Nice.
I liked you. I like the fact that you all got together. First off, the whole cast being back is great, but also seeing your whole cast getting there and being like, "What is this riddle? We need to solve this riddle," and everyone just kind of coming up with their own, playing their characters. It was great because, I generally speaking, I don't think in the Expanse universe you see a lot of like coded messages and stuff like that. You see it every so often, but I figured it was felt in
You don't see the
flavor enough.
messages usually
Yeah.
it's like I've got a
Yeah.
message here, and then they describe it, and they're like, but I figured it out, and they tell
Yeah.
us you don't get to see the message.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
But
Yeah,
so-
the closest we get is some of the Avasarala scenes.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's definitely in the universe. You feel like this something like this would happen, like sending a coded message, which is also itself coded with its own code inside the message.
Within the code. Within the
Yo,
code.
dog, we heard you like
code.
code.
Yeah,
Coded from AI and also coded from real I.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that y'all were able to tackle that. It was just like yes, and
I'm also never not gonna like secret rich guy Cass mode.
yeah,
Where, like, when nobody else is around, Cass is just like, okay, spend money, it's fine.
money.
Just spend my income, no one else will, and I
Yeah.
can't. And then I'm gonna go tell
spend my money.
and then I'll go tell the captain in passing that I paid all the docking fees.
Yeah,
That was I think that was my favorite moment, actually.
Yeah.
When Cass subtly, passively aggressive dropped that he paid again for the docking fees.
yeah,
The implication was that I used the money we got from the job
Mhm.
yeah.
to pay the docking
Right.
fees.
Passively aggressive.
Passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive is a mood, let me tell
Yeah.
you.
Passive aggressive.
All right. Thank you all for joining us tonight here at the Astropub and for here at the Spice Must Roll. If you're watching this on YouTube or listening to this on the podcast, make sure you are following this podcast, following us on YouTube. Like the video if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you're following all these wonderful people. This is the cast again. Make sure you're following all the cast members, and I'll make sure I have yes, or I'll find you. I know who you are. You're watching this, and I know who you are. And if you're not subscribed or watching Mythmatic or Meyer or HP or Buster, I will find you. I will knock on your door and say why. That's my
That's it.
my
Just a-
power.
Just a simple question.
Yes, yes.
I will threaten you with a question.
You're the question.
And that
Wow.
question is
I will knock on your
you
door
in the night.
dressed in DC's The Question
Yeah.
and ask you why.
Hey, Vic Sage is honestly one of the most underrated DC characters of all time.
Alrighty. So thank you again. And like I say every time, hope to see you someday in the black.